And as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe. You hit that notification icon to get a notification of my videos as soon as they're released. That way you don't miss any of them. Welcome back, everybody. This is Hayes Tech and ROM Reviews. My name is Dave Hayes. If you guys saw my video I released last night or late this morning, you would have seen that LOS was just released for the Nexus 6 in Android version 9.0. So this is LOS 16.0 for the Nexus 6, and we've waited a long ass time for it. It's finally here. There are a couple issues with it you need to know about, and I'm going to go ahead and get into them right now. I'll try to throw some B-roll in there so you're not just staring at the screen. But the first thing is encryption. For those of you that have a Nexus 6 and that have been running any of the Pi ROMs that have been out, you should know by now that you cannot install a Android 9.0 ROM or custom ROM on this device if you are encrypted. And the reason for that isn't really the ROM, it is the recovery. The recovery cannot decrypt internal data. It just can't decrypt your data for you to read it whenever you're in recovery. Now, I've heard some people say that they've installed this and then they encrypted it after they installed it and it worked fine. But if you have to go into your recovery for anything, and I mean anything, you're not going to be able to. You're going to have to format your data when you do, and you're going to lose everything anyways. So it's nothing that they can do or that they can fix. It's been brought up on some of the threads about Omni's 9.0 version of twerp, that it works. Well, it does and it doesn't. There are issues with that one too, guys. Some major issues. You guys just need to Google it, read up about it, and you'll understand why. The development team decided, even though they looked at Omni's recovery, that they just weren't going to do it. It's not worth their time. They're going to stick with the way things are. The way I look at it, guys, unless if you have to have your device encrypted and you need to be able to get into your recovery encrypted, you may not want to run Pi. Stick with LOS 15.0. So let's go ahead and get into this. As you guys can see, my background is a dark black. That is one of the features that Google put into their customization, is in the onboard theming. So if you go into style and you look at dark mode, they have black under there as well. Now the default is a gray-like look to it, which is the default drop down on stock Android. I would rather it be black, so I'm going to keep it there. What I'm going to do for this review is I'm going to go ahead and put it in light, and I'm going to change the accent color to the default color. So I just wanted to show you guys that you can also change your accent color like I showed you, right there. They've got quite a few options to choose from. So what we're going to do first off is I'm going to go into settings, about phone, and as you guys can see, this is the Nexus 6, and if I go to here, this is going to give you your information that we're looking for. This is Android version 9. If you tap on that, you get the Easter egg there. If we tap back, these are nightly builds, and I've been pretty much updating it. I'm hoping that this SIM issue with Verizon gets fixed. So let's see, Android security patch February 5th 2019. Of course, you can see the vendor security patch that will never get updated. This was the last update that Google pushed out for us, and they're not going to give us any more. So that's it for the vendor. Kernel version, I am running the supplied kernel, and there's the build number. You go into About Phone, scroll down to the bottom, and tap that 7 or 8 times. That will unlock your developer options, so you can go into System, Advanced, and then go down to your developer options, and you can click on Advanced Restart. That was the first thing I did, was opened up developer options and ticked on that Advanced Reboot. You have your automatic system updates. It's ticked on by default. I usually like to check myself, but since I'm trying to get a fix for this SIM, I've been leaving it on, and I've been getting notified every single day so far, and I've been running this for about 4 days now. Android debugging, make sure you turn that on. That way, if you hit a wall, guys, you can pull your ass out by hooking it up to your computer and run an ADB and run some commands on it, try to figure out what what's going on, pull some logs, you know, stuff like that. They do have a local terminal. Thank you very much, LOS, for that. Of course, they've always had that. That's one of the things I did like about LOS and CyanogenMod. I'm going to scroll on down here to drawing, because there's a feature in here I want you guys to see. If you didn't see my other video, I need to show it. Okay, so I've got all my animations turned off. They have it set by default at 1 on all of them. This device has enough RAM and processor in it that this does, you could have that at 1.5 and it would still run great. I just turn them all off because it really makes the device very, very snappy. I like that, so I just turn them all off. I don't need those fancy animations. This is what I wanted to show you. And it actually works. So if I go with a tall cutout, if I tick on tall cutout, you're going to get a big tall cutout. Why would you want to do that, you ask? Honestly, you guys, I don't know, but you can have it. You could go with the double cutout, just like on the Pixel if you wanted that. You could even go with the corner cutout. That's just funny. But my guess is they put that in there for other devices that actually have that notch in it, like I think the OnePlus 6 and the OnePlus 6T has that notch in it. So you can change it around just like I can on my Pixel 3 XL. So that's in there. I think that's pretty cool that that it actually works on my Nexus 6. I just thought that was kind of funny. There's really nothing under display to go over other than style. I already showed you that. This is your theming. It's really not much different than any of the other theming or any of the other ROMs out there with this theme in it, except it has that black, which I love. This is an AMOLED screen. This screen runs best for battery power when the background is black, because when it's black, it's not using power to power up those pixels. That's why AMOLED and OLED screens are so gorgeous, is because the blacks are true black. Again, guys, underneath or under display, there really isn't much to go over. Sound is the same way. It's just got the Pi sound settings where you have the two different call settings. You have your call volume and then your ringtone. It'd be nice if they had, unlinked the ringtone from the notification, but we don't have notification volume there, so they can't unlink it if it's not there. And under advanced, you can turn on or off various sounds throughout the device. System and location, if we scroll all the way to the bottom to advanced, you're going to notice under encryption, again, phone not encrypted. You cannot be encrypted and flash this ROM. Guys, I can't stress this enough. Even though in the LOS OP it says blatantly you cannot be encrypted. If you are, you need to format your data. I have seen post after post after post after post. People saying, oh, I've got a password in my twerp and no matter what I put in, it won't let me access it. What's my problem? Well, your problem is you were encrypted and you didn't format your data. You have to format your data. You can't be encrypted, guys. Sorry, you just can't do it. Again, that's if you don't want to be unencrypted, don't run Pi. It's as simple as that. That's pretty much it for security. All the custom settings are pretty much under system. If we go into buttons, these are what you can change around your button layout. This is, kind of like what they have in stock as well. Home double tap, no action. Recents double tap a split screen. Under power menu, these are what you get there. Not a lot, but it's always been that way with LOS. And these are your other settings under buttons. Now, under status bar, they do give you quick pull down, and I'm going with the right edge. System icons, choose what you want to show or not show in your status bar there. Under clock settings, you have right, left, and center, and thank you, they gave us a center position for the clock. I love that. You can show seconds, and this is your AM PM. Brightness slider, auto brightness, and brightness control. Under advanced, you have gestures. Jump to camera by double pressing the power button. Swipe up on the home button, you can turn that off. It comes by default like this. It does not have the swipe up gesture. So if you want it, you tick it on, and you get the swipe up gesture where if you swipe up once, you have your recents, swipe up again, and you have your apps. Okay, so back to settings. You have lift to check phone and then prevent ringing. That's what you have for gestures. And that, again, guys, is pretty much it for settings. Some of the features. If you go into your recents and you want to run split screen, tap on the icon. You're going to get a split screen option. Hit it and then choose the other, you know, like YouTube. Just touch it, and now you have split screen, and you can adjust it however you want. Well, I get you were supposed to be able to, but there you go. You're running split screen. There's YouTube and settings. So if you want to get out of that, just pull straight down, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to run picture-in-picture, the best way to do that is, you know, I go to YouTube and I go to one of my videos. Well, not one of my videos, but to show it here, I'm going to go to one of my videos. You need to have it actually playing, and all you have to do is hit the home button, and you have picture-in-picture. You can move that anywhere you want, and you can do whatever you want here. You know, you can open up Chrome, do whatever you want, and it's going to work. And when you're done with that, just pull it straight down out through the bottom. So you do have picture-in-picture with this. Now that we've went over the settings, I just wanted to go over the apps real quick. So if you go into the app drawer, the first thing you're going to notice is you have very few apps in there, and they are all basically LOS apps except for the Play Store. That's basically the only app that shows from the Google package that I flashed. The one thing I do like about this is the camera app. So if we click on the camera app, when it opens up, it's got a ton of things that you can do with it. If you click on settings, you have your auto setting, portrait, landscape, sports, candlelight, sunset, night mode, beach, snow, and then your pro mode. If you click on pro mode, what that does is it opens up a bunch of settings down here. Basically, you can adjust this if you want. This adjusts your brightness, kind of like white balance in a way, sort of. Guys, I'm not a professional with a camera. I am still learning. They do have the manual focus on there. Just by moving this, you can go to macro or infinity if you want. They do have a white balance where you can switch to white balance, and you can also change your ISO, which is really cool. This is something you don't even get in the Google camera, which I just love. I love the fact that they have this. To exit the pro mode, you just hit that X button there, or here, I'm sorry guys, you hit that X there. That exits the pro mode. You can set your flash however you want it. Right now, flash is on, flash is off, and flash is on auto there. I like my flash off when I'm using it. And these would be like if you want a macro mode. This is a color setting. If you go here, you can choose different presets they have in there, which is, you know, really cool. Alright, I had to change the battery in my microphone. It's a 9-volt battery, and I love 9-volt batteries, but they're a pain in the ass to keep on hand sometimes. Anyways, I wanted to go over the apps on this. Okay, if we swipe up, these are the apps that come included. Now, I already went over the camera. It does have its own browser. It's already set up for Google as its search engine, and I like that. You don't have to necessarily download Chrome, although if you do download Chrome, you can get all your bookmarks and stuff like that, but you can still do that with this browser. Now, I'm not sure if it has autofill and stuff like that. Most browsers do, so I'm guessing this one will as well, because again, LOS and CyanogenMod, when CyanogenMod was around, tried to give you a phone that you could get away from Google. I mean, the Gaps package that I flashed, Mind the Gaps, pretty much only comes with Play Store included in it, and you know, and everything that it really needs to connect with Google. It's got recorder, both a screen recorder and a voice recorder. It's really nice that they have that included, so I could go in there and record my screen actions, You can see it right there. You can move this around where you want. Stop the recorder. Oh, it's now recording. So if I would, you know, scroll through my recents, and let's see, we'll go to the Play Store, and we'll go to settings real quick, and then what we'll do is slide down, and we are going to stop the recording. Stop. And if you want to see that, all you have to do is hit that little button right there, I think. Last recorded, hit the play button, and it's going to go ahead and go through the screen record. So this is a nice feature that's included, and it works great. Everything, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's nice and clear, it functions. Now it doesn't pick up your audio unless, of course, you tick that setting on that I showed you. Back into the apps, you have your audio FX. Of course, that's included with pretty much all of the CyanogenMod ROMs that used to be out, and LOS. A very nice feature to have. You have your bass and your volume. It even comes with reverb, you know, stuff like that. It's really cool. It's a nice feature to have. I'm glad they included it. Calculator, calendar, you know, normal stuff you'd need. Clock, contacts. And we'll see if it's synced with my, yes, so it's even synced with my Google accounts. Now that could be Google contacts, I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, it has email, file browser. So this is your music playing. Now that audio FX was basically for you to set up your, it's like an equalizer for this. This is your actual music playing app. And phone, and then I've already went over the rest. So it's really cool. Another nice feature I like about it is this is something that I have griped about many a times in my ROM reviews, is custom ROMs don't have custom wallpapers. This one does. Right now I've got the street effect on it. This is the one that is included when you first boot the phone up, but you have this one here, that one. I'm going to go through all of them real quick just to show you guys, you know, they put that little extra effort into it and give you custom wallpapers, which I think is just, you know, great. They might not be, you know, your cup of tea, but to me, I just think this is, you know, this is kick-ass. This is what shows a developer or a developing team goes that extra mile. Swipe left, you have your, you know, of course, your Google cards. Swipe right, you're back into the system, and, you know, and that's pretty much it. If you guys want to see the settings for the launcher, these are your settings for the launcher. And I'm pretty sure to, you know, almost 99% the same across other devices as well. So you can kind of use this review as a reference for what it would look like on your device too. The only issue, and I've only had one issue with this ROM, and that is data. I'm on Verizon, and I still cannot get it to connect. I tried again today, and no go. It just still wouldn't connect. One thing I did want to show you, I promised I would, if you go all the way down into settings, and you go to System, Advanced, I think it's under Advanced, Updaters on the bottom. It'll tell you if there's an update. Right there it says there's an update, so we're going to download it, and I'm going to show you that this auto updates for you, does everything for you, but as long as you have a custom recovery on, this will work for you. So I'll fast forward through all this. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and hit install. Okay, it's going to go ahead and boot into recovery. It's going to boot into recovery, it's going to install it, and it's going to boot back up. And there we go, it's finishing system update, and it is done. Now I am updated to the latest nightly. As you guys can see, this is the March 4th nightly update, and it's that easy. That's another reason I love LOS. Guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I know sometimes my videos go long, and you guys, some of you guys, don't like that. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, guys, I do have giveaways from time to time. I'm actually planning a giveaway coming up here in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that notification icon next to the subscribe button. That way you don't miss a single video. And I will see you guys on the next one.